I always like getting tips. So is that your first tip on how to bring your credit score up, is actually look at your credit score?
Yes. The first tip is actually look at it. Because most people don't know there's an error sitting there on your credit report. And credit bureau, credit reporting agencies are passive. They're not going to sit there, hey, there's an error. They let it sit there. They're the repositories. You got to say, that's not mine. Now, the law states, again, 30 days. Once you challenge it, they must confirm it or remove it. And most times they remove it. Again, pop your credit score. Now your confidence goes up. You say, what else? Now we negotiate that charge off from 10 years ago when you divorced for pennies on the dollar. You owed $1,000 on a phone bill from a divorce. Well, by 10 years later, it's been sold from AT&T to Pac Bell to Joe's Finance Company, who bought it for 5 cents on the dollar. We call them, or they want $100 for a $50 charge. We pay them $200, so they cooperate. Keep pulling that off your credit report. So now you got an 80% discount. They got a 200% profit. Everybody wins, and that comes off your credit report. That's another 25 to 30 points. Earned income tax credit. You make less than $60,000 a year. And let's be specific. You make $40,000 a year. You got 3 kids. The government owes you about $5,000 or $6,000 in cash, called the EITC. If you've never filed, it's retroactive for 3 years. So anybody watching this knows anybody in their family who made less than $60,000 a year, and you go, what's that again? Congratulations, you're approved. That's all it takes. It's retroactive for 3 years. So if you make $40,000 a year and you get a $15,000 check, it changes your life. Pay off those credit cards, which is in the trillions now, the national number. Pay down that student loan, right? Pay off that car loan, refinance or pay it down. Put a down payment on a house. Get out of that apartment and get into wealth creation. Number one way you build wealth in America is home ownership. Go buy your little insurance policy when you're 35 years old, starting a family. Get a $100,000 policy for $25 a month. That's what it costs. It's nothing. So now when you pass away, God forbid, you'll pay for your funeral and you'll create generational wealth. And if you buy that house and you do that 3 times in 5 years, a house for yourself, equity in 3 years, take a little home equity loan, you have $1 million net worth in 5 to 7 years. Now, just in 4 minutes from this book, I just told people who are working an hourly job like my mother how to become a millionaire. Stop arguing with your husband and your wife over money, which is the number 1 cause for divorce, by the way. Stop getting hypertension, because the number 1 cause for heart attacks, stress. Number 1 cause for stress is money. And get your mind out of depression and surviving and into aspiration and prosperity. And this hits on a big thing on Wall Street. People say, I hate rich people. I hear it all the time. I hear people say, why do people hate rich people? They don't hate rich people. They hate rich people until they become rich. What they hate is a gamed system. And no one is, to your point, is explaining how this thing works.